Hi, my name is Jeremy.
And I'm Henry.
And we are the game designers on Trojan Armor. Today, Henry and I will be taking you through the vertical slice demo of Trojan Armor. Basically, Trojan Armor is an action-adventure game with a twist of resource management. Over here, you see the controls of Trojan Armor, guiding throw and attacking, are mapped onto the trigger buttons, whereas throw's actions are actually mapped onto the face buttons of the Xbox controller. As you can see, the different powers here, the colors correspond to the 4 different buttons on the Xbox controller. Here we have Azenta, another character in the game, or who acts like a guide and gives you hints. Let's take a look at the demo. So over here is our main character, Rusty. Rusty is a suit of living armor, and the blue character behind him is an AI-driven character, that's Tro. So the story goes for these two characters is that the two of them used to be a single entity, which was Lucan, a guardian knight. But after being cursed by a spell, Lucan was actually separated into Tro and Armor. Tro inheriting his lower instincts and emotions, and Armor inheriting his will, memory, and logic. As you can see, there's a link between these two characters, since they are part of a single entity. Gameplay wise, the effect of this link is that it actually regenerates health for our two characters. Speaking of health, now's a good time to talk about the UI. On the bottom left corner, you actually see Tro and Rusty's health icon. This health bar is actually shared between the two characters. On the bottom right, you actually have the four Tro magics. On the top left, it's
The stone counter.
Yep. Talking about the stone counter, let's take a look at what these stones do. So pressing the left trigger on the Xbox controller has Rusty dropping stones, diminishing 1 counter. These stones actually allow Rusty to guide Tro. As you can see, you can drop multiple stones to actually set the path for Tro. Besides dropping stones, Rusty's other abilities include swinging the sword with the right trigger, it's a combo here, and jumping, as well as the collection of gems. For Tro, his abilities are focused on the 4 different magic that he has. For example, the blue stones power Tro's freeze ability. Pressing the X button freezes Tro, and pressing X again unfreezes him. Freeze is used mainly as a shield and allows you to shield Tro, or Rusty even, behind Tro from enemy attacks. Here we have Rusty collecting some red gems to power Tro's mayhem bar, as you can see in the UI. And then moving him in front of the door, pressing the B button allows him to blow up the door, opening the way to the outside. Mayhem also allows Tro to kill enemies, as seen here, and also blow out other stuff in the level as well, such as generators, drawbridge switches, or cages. The third ability for Tro is the ability to shrink. Pressing the Y button has Tro shrinking into mini Tro. This helps Tro get through tight and narrow spaces, such as what we see here. Our final ability for Tro is the ability to morph, which is represented by the green icon. We'll take you through the various gameplay elements that are featured in this vertical slice demo. And for here we have combat, where you can kill the spiders using Rusty's sword ability, or Tro's mayhem. As you can see, the spiders are mainly robots. Panning behind, you see the boss in the background. It's a big robot as well. The common theme for these enemies is steampunk. Steampunk is essentially a retro-futuristic style that is, it's very Victorian based. Think in the vein of like Jules Verne's novels such as like Journey to the Center of the Earth or like 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. And this totally ties in with the backstory for the main villain Marty, who's actually a character from the Victorian era in our world. And during that time, the idea of technology was that it's very steam driven. Hence, as the story goes, Marty actually wants to come into this mystical world of Helium and revolutionize it with his steampunk robots.
So it's a fantasy world meets steampunk technology.
Yep. Speaking of the fantasy world, let's take a look at the environment now. As you can see, in the background there are snow-capped mountains and there are lava waterfalls. Helium is a mystical fantasy world that has contrasting elements coexisting side by side. Also in Throne and Armor, we have a series of puzzles as well. Like, puzzles are a big part of the gameplay. Being an action adventure title, the action is in the combat, and the adventure part probably requires quite a bit of puzzles. For example, in our vertical slice level, we actually have a series of 5 platforms and a fire breathing statue at the other end, throwing fireballs at you. And the goal is to guide Throne and Armor both across to the other end while avoiding the fireballs. Placing the stone, Throne stands on it. Platform is too heavy when both characters stand on it at the same time. So bearing this in mind, there's actually a twist to this, that if you string Throne on the platform doesn't sink, which means that Shrunken Throne is kind of weightless. So bearing this in mind, you actually have to use this twist to actually navigate both Throne and Rusty to the end. So as you can see, here you drop stone, guide Throne to the second platform, unstring him, take a look at him, freeze him, jump back. Aren't you forgetting something?
Oops.
Jump back,
Okay.
drop a stone. Perform some skilled jumping. Pivot nicely. Jumping back to the first platform, bring it to the same weight, to the same height, Unfreeze and shrink, move Throne to the third platform. And now is to get Rusty back there as well. So jump, jump. And now you look at the fourth and the fifth platform. Same logic, but as you can see, the arrangement is slightly different. So the solution, of course, has to be different as well. So this time around, you guide Rusty to the fifth platform. Drop a stone. Guide the Shrunken Throne over. Down here.
You can do it.
Aim nicely. And
Cool.
the back. Bringing both characters across, reaching the checkpoint. And now you guide Throne over to the door, mayhem him as we've seen. Running into the tunnel, our heroes get chased by a perilous boulder. They have to run for their lives. Makes you want more, right? That brings us to the end of the part 1 of our vertical slice demo.